Yeah, I talked to him about it on Thursday. Shapar, which means horn. Sha'afwan. State your registry.
Sha'afwan, Barapari, Barnashala,
Sha'afwan, Barapari, Barnashala.
how about Shem, how was Shagrak? How
about you not showing that? Yeah, young, which means one.
Ayashala, which means to Israel.
Shapar, which means horn. Imagine in the room. So plenty of akadum, which means stand, turn, and face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. I would know.
No,
Bashmai,
Bashmai,
Dashaya,
Rashaya,
Shamka,
Shaka,
Yahweh,
how,
Lakka,
Lakaba,
Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha,
Shah,
Maratza, Wa, Ayah, Shmai,
Shemaya,
Fulano, Kham,
Kam,
Kalimu,
Kalia,
Waslakano, Kawaki,
Kabawafana,
Kaslaku,
Katalakano,
Kawafino,
Kabawafano,
Wala,
Wala,
Tabiano.
Yana,
When I say one,
one,
a ball,
Shiny,
my young,
Right,
Ra, Kaya, Ka, Malakwa, Wa'al, Wa'atafara, I will love you. I won. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babasha, Nasona, Ka, Arba'ah, Kam Kala, Kamarawa, Ka, Tahar, Tajarai, Ka, Lakoyum, Amas, Ka, our Kawa, Tamala, our son, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Waraman, in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. All manner of disease. Power to cleanse the leper. Power to raise the dead. Power against unclean spirits. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Shah Ayanya, Ahahari, Mayan, Yaba'a, Azari, Ma'ayin Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim Maratza, Aliyathan, Amawat, Regal, Ali on a woman, Shamar, Anna, Ayan a woman, Wala Ayan a son, Shamar Yasha'al, Yahweh Shamar, Yahweh Tazal, Aliyah Yunka, Yahweh Shmash, Ayakaka, Wayrach Balayla, Yahweh Yashamar, Mikal Ra, Yashamar, After Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazat, Wabuah, Ma'aitha, Wa'ada Walum. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh,
Help coming from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allah Hayy,
Al-Hayy,
Al-Damiyalik,
Al-Hayy,
Al-Karash,
Al-Harash,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Hashqat,
Allah,
Allah,
Kayahanan,
Ayahanah,
Oyabi,
Allah,
Yahamirwan,
Hamayawah,
Omishanayim,
Moshanayim,
Mishaw,
Ash'ar,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Aimr,
Al-Ayman,
Yairuyum,
Ayawyum,
Sawaz,
Sawaz,
wait for your eyes as well.
Ayahatas,
Apples of a one
Altas of the one God,
Amaru,
Or,
the cow,
Cow,
Wanakaki,
Kaki,
Magali,
Goy,
Wala'ah,
Allah,
as a car,
Kar,
Shum Yashal,
Shum,
Iwa,
Wa,
Hayat,
Ya,
White as well.
Wa, Aitas, Wa,
Labi Kadra,
Latin, Kal,
Ali,
Ali,
Baryat,
Baryat,
Paraf, Ali,
Ali,
Adawam, Beshimali,
Mishmai,
Awab,
Allah,
Wahagari,
Goy,
Kabal,
Kabal,
Waimu, Waimulak,
Malak,
Shah,
Shah,
and Yashabi,
Shah,
as a war,
War,
Ramashawu,
Damash,
Nawa,
Allah,
Aiman,
Ma,
Aywa,
Wa,
Sarawat,
Wa,
Wat,
Wa,
Salah,
Salah,
and Shalom,
Shah,
Kamadi,
Ma,
Kasiyasara, Yaku, Unafar,
Kal,
Yashmu, Nashamadu, Bayandar, Aywa, Daman,
Ma,
Lalima,
Ma,
Shay Thumus,
Tamo,
Nariyamu,
Yabu,
Kaira,
Aywa,
Kazab,
Kazab,
because of Ba,
Ba,
because of Zalmana,
Zalmana,
Kamasay Kumu,
Kamasay Kumu,
Shah,
Shah,
Amaru,
Amaru,
Erishah,
Shah,
Nawa,
Wa,
Ah, Nawa,
Wa,
Al-Hayy,
Hayy,
Al-Hayyat,
Ya,
Shay Thumus,
Thumus,
Kagalu,
Galu,
Kakwash,
Kwash,
Piniraka,
Aywa,
Ash,
Ash,
Byria Ira,
Aywa, Aywa,
Wakalahab,
Allah,
Dalahat,
Ha,
Hari,
Hari,
Khan,
Khan,
the Regatta,
Da,
Basari,
Sahara,
Wabasopat,
Basahah,
the Bahalam, Bala'ah,
Ba'a,
Punyu,
Punya,
Balawam,
Bawa,
Wayabakwashu,
Wayabakwashu,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahal, Yabashu,
Bash,
Wayabahaw,
Bahaw,
Aya,
Ya,
Wayaparu,
Par,
Wayabadu,
Bar,
Wayadawu,
Dai,
Kaya,
Ya,
Sa,
Sa,
Shimka,
Shka,
Yahaw,
Yahaw,
the Bika,
Baka,
Ali,
Aywa,
Al-Kaharatizah.
Ba'a,
The English, keep not thou silence on my power.
Keep not thy silence, O my power.
Hold not thy peace,
Not thy
and
peace.
be not still, O power.
Be not still, O thou.
For lo,
Lo,
thine enemies make it to mold,
enemies make it smoke.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head,
lifted up the head.
and taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden.
They have said, Come,
They have said, Come,
let us cut them off from being a nation.
let us cut them off from being
Which
nation.
is the name of Israel.
Name of
There
Israel.
be no more remembrance.
Be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
Ishmaelites,
Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarites,
Hagarites,
Baal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of
The shore also is joined with us.
Sore also joined.
They have opened the children of Lot,
Hope the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them,
do unto them,
as unto the Midianites,
to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
to Sisera,
as to Javan,
to Japheth,
at the brook of Kison,
book of peace,
which perished at Endor.
perished that
They became as dung for the earth.
they became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like a red,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zaed.
like Satan,
Yea,
Yea.
or their princes as
all
Zavah,
their princes that survived.
and as Zalmunna,
And Salmon
who said,
said,
Let us take to ourselves
let's take to
the
ourselves
houses of the Most High in possession.
the house of the Most High possession.
Oh, my power,
Oh, and now,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble for the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
fire burning the wood,
as the flame sets the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid with thy storm.
make them afraid with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know
That men may know
that thou,
that
whose name alone
His name alone
is Yahweh, like the Most High,
Most High.
over all the earth.
For all the earth.
Pray for the power structure in the Hebrew. Rock thy Yahweh,
Rakataya,
like Hawashah.
Hawashah.
Wame
Wama,
Walahai.
Walahai.
Zabya Alawakihan.
Zabya, Alawakihan,
Alawaki.
Alawaki,
Asrani.
Asrani,
Akwatazayani.
Akwatazayani,
Bafayali.
Aliyali,
Bahawaki.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahawashah.
Ashia, Shah,
The water Aman.
the water among.
In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahawashah.
and Yahweh, Shah,
And Mike.
and Michael,
The angels.
and angels,
Manager Yahan.
Commander Yahweh,
Generals.
General,
Captain.
Captain,
The officers.
officers,
Troopers.
troopers,
And assistants.
and assistants.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shah.
the name of Yahweh, Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth.
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh, Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right.
Send evils and curses.
Evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
To speak against us.
Speak against
Thy prophets.
Prophet,
The teachers.
teachers,
The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers.
Israelite prophets.
And the school.
and the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
To shake loose.
Shake
The
loose.
treasure of the rich of Israel.
Treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
Refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
The nation.
And their drug dealers.
Drug deal.
Court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prisons.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned
All
Parenthood.
the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan.
Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinhead.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
The Army.
The Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access channel.
And the radio channel.
Radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of thy people
of any of thy
that
people
seek to stop
that
us
seek to stop us.
and bring swift destruction
Bring swift
to
destruction
all the heathen
to all the
that
heathen.
stand in the way.
Stand in the way.
That try to stop us
Try to stop
from
us.
broadcasting your words
Broadcasting your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Loose all the plagues.
cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
consume them.
Let the plagues shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
and the murder.
and the murder.
Let your house shot.
Let Yahweh shine.
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel.
come down with the flying saucers
Come down with the flying
and
saucer.
punish all the heathen
And punish all the heathen.
that come up against us
Come up against
as we
us.
speak thy word.
Speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause to be known by all.
And it is the angels that have done it.
That's the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause to be spread through the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake thy coming.
Cause them to shake it that comes.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Name of Yahweh shine.
Thank you always.
You always.
So be it.
Be it.
Psalm face the front. Yeshabim, which means be seated. Shalom. Shalom to everybody out there in YouTube land. We're back here with another week of this Sabbath service. We've been flying through. We've made it all the way through Genesis and all the incredible stories in Genesis. And now we're in Exodus. Moses has grown up. He saw the two Israelites striving with each other. Well, first he saw the Egyptian abusing the Hebrew, killed the Egyptian. Then he saw the two Israelites striving with each other and attempted to mediate. And they said, you know, who are you? Who made you a judge among us? You know, what are you going to kill us like you killed that Egyptian? And then when he realized that and found out that Pharaoh was after him because Pharaoh did not love him, Pharaoh did not care about him, regardless of how he was brought up as, brought up by Pharaoh's daughter. He knew that Moses was a Hebrew. And as soon as he went against an Egyptian, Pharaoh was ready to take his head off. And so Moses fled into Midian, and now that's about where we're at. So let's pick it up. Exodus chapter 2 and verse 20.
Exodus chapter 2, verse 20. Wayamar, Al. Nath Yawa. Wa Yawa. Ma'ah.
Quick, I always say this. We gotta pay. The least that we can do if we're gonna, progress in the Hebrew is to catch these words and phrases we see all the time. Waya Amar, we should know by now, is what? Is and he said. Amar being to say, the Wa being and the Yah signifying the he. And that's going to be the beginning of many verses in this part of the Bible. Go ahead, continue.
Kamakan. Atzapathan. Ayash. Paraan. Lawa. Wayakal. Lakam. Exodus 2, verse 21. Wayawa'al. Mashah. Lashabah. Ayash. Wayathan. Tazapara'ah. Bahwa. Lamashah. Verse 22. Wathalad. Ban. Wayakpara'ah.
There's that Wathalad, which is based on, we talk about all these words being based on root words. In Hebrew, everything is built out of a root word. You might see changes based on tense or possessives. You might see a letter in the beginning represent a preposition. But here this is based on that word yalad, which is to beget. And this is saying that she bore him a son. Keep going.
Shemawah. Garasham. Yah. Amar. Gar. Hayayathya. Arataza.
So it's saying Wayapara, which is, and he called Shumwa, his name, Garsham, because he said, Gar, which is a stranger have I been in a strange land. Keep going.
Nakaya. Verse 23. Wayahaya. Bayamyam. Arabyam. Aham. Wayamat. Walak. Matazarium. Waya Anakwa.
So Malak Matazarium, which is the king of Egypt, died. We was talking last week, if you ever come across a Muslim, one of the things they're going to say to try to discredit the Bible is that the Quran is right because the Quran refers to Pharaoh as king, and at this particular era in Egyptian history, they didn't call him Pharaoh, they called him king. And of course, the problem with that is that this Bible was not written to the Egyptians. The Bible was written to the Israelites. It was written for the Israelites to understand. So Israelites remembered the leader of Egypt as Pharaoh. That's what he was going to be called. But at various times, like here, he's also referred to as the king of Egypt. Keep going.
Manya. Yasharala. Man. Aibada. Wayazai Kwawa. Wata'ayah. Shawa'itham. Al. Alahaya. Man. Aibada. Verse 24. Wayashamai. Alahaya. Na Kwatham. Wayasakar. Alahaya. Wayahwa. Abraham. Yatazakak. Ya'ikwa.
So it says that Most High remembered Wayazakar, Alahayim, Bar Yahweh, his covenant, Abraham, Yatzchak, Wa'at Yaakov, Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. Keep going.
Tarakan. Wayara'ah. Alahaya. Ah. Banya. Yasharala. Wayada'ai. Alahaya. Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. Wamashah. Haya. Ra'aya. Ah. Haza'an. Yatharwa. Kathanwa. Kahan. Manyan.
So
Why-
Kahan Madian, which is the priest of Midian, which just means that this was a brother who lived out in the land of Midian, which, if you look on the map, is an area just south of what they call Israel, which is much smaller than the actual biblical borders of Israel. But this area called Midian is in what would today be called Saudi Arabia. Keep going.
Kahan. Wayanaha. Ah. Taza'an. Akar. Hamadabar. Wayaba'a. Al. Har. Ha'alahaya. Karaba.
And to the English.
Exodus chapter 2, verse 20. And he said unto his daughters, and where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread.
So remember, Moses had gone out into Midian, and he went to the well. And this priest of Midian had 7 daughters. They came to get water to feed the flock, and Moses helped them water the flock. And they came back to their father, and they said, an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherd, because they just looked at Moses, and he still culturally had the appearance of an Egyptian, and of course blended in because they were all dark-skinned people. And so now their daughters had come back and told their father about this. Keep going.
Verse 21. And Moses was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. Verse 22.
And so that's just summarizing everything. He father sent the daughters back out to get him, and he brought him in, took him in, and he ended up giving him one of his daughters for a wife. Keep going.
And she bare him a son, and he called his name Gershom, for he said, I have been a stranger in strange land. Verse
Now,
23.
we just broke that down in the Hebrew. Gar means stranger. Read.
Verse 23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage. The Most High
cared about the Israelites. And so even though we were there for a reason, every time we've been in bondage, every time we've been in any type of punishment, it's because of our own rebellion, our own going off. But the Lord still loves us. So when he sees the pain that we're in, he cares. Read.
Verse 24. And the Most High heard their groaning, and the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. Verse 25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them.
Meaning he cared about us more than he cares about our oppressors. He cares about us more than he cares about any of our enemies. He cares about the Israelites more than he cares about anybody else on the planet. That's what that means. Keep on.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 1. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock of the backside of the desert, and came to the mountain of the Most High, even to Horeb.
All right, here we go, back to the Hebrew.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 2. Wayara'ah, Mala'ak, Yahweh, Al-Yawah, Balabath, Ash, Mathawak, Hasanah, Wayara'ah, Wahanah, Hasanah, Ba'ir, Ba'ash, Wahasanah, Aya Nananwa, Akal. Verse 3. Waya Amar, Mashah, Asarah, Na'ah, Wara'ah, Ah, Amara'ah, Hagadal, Haza'ah, Marawa'ai, La'ah, Yaba'ai, Hasanah. Verse 4. Wayara'ah, Yahweh, Kaya, Sar, Lara'awah, Wayakwara'ah, Al-Yawah, Alahaya, Mathawak, Hasanah, Waya Amar, Bashah, Bashah, Waya Amar.
So here, just in this verse, we keep seeing this phrase, Waya Amar. You should know by now. And he said, and then the he is going to be specified. So Waya Amar Mashah means, and Moses said. Keep going.
Tawakal, Ananya,
Anunya, here am I. And now is like, behold. We go into that when we go into the ancient Hebrew, which are pictographical letters. You see that the ha looks like a hand outstretched, like you're gesturing. Behold. So Anunya is here I am. Keep going.
Tawakal. Verse 5. Waya Amar, Al, Takara'ah, Alam, Shal, Na'al, Yakah, Ma'al, Ragal, Yakah, Kaya, Amakwawam, Ashar, Athah, Iwamad, Al-Yawah, Adamath, Wadash, Hawa'ah. Verse 6. Waya Amar, Anakya, Alahaya, Abyakah, Alahaya, Abraham, Alahaya, Yatazakak, Walaya, Yaikwab, Wayasathar, Mashah, Panyawa, Kaya, Yara'ah, Bahabyat, Alahayam. Verse 7. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Ra'ah, Ra'ayatya, Anya, Imya, Ashar, Bamatazarya, Wa'ah, Tazaiquatham, Shama'ithya, Mapanya, Nagash Yawa, Kaya, Yada'ithya, Maka'ab Yawa. Verse 8. Warad, Bahatazah, Yalwa, Mayad, Batazarya, Walaha'al Lafwa, Man, Ha'arataza, Ahawa'ah, Al, Arataza, Tawabah, Warakabah, Al, Arataza, Zabah, Kalab, Wadabash, Al, Makwam, Akanain, Ya, Wahakafya, Wahamaarya, Wahagarazaya, Wahakwaya, Wahayabawasaya.
And that was just a list of all the different nations that were going to have to get cleared out of the land that the Lord was going to bring us into. Back to the English.
God. Exodus chapter 3, verse 2. And the angel of the Most High appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed.
So remember, Moses was just taking his flock out to the desert and passed by the mountain Most High, the mountain of Red, and suddenly he just sees this bush that's in flames, but he's watching the bush in flames and it's not being consumed. It's not burning up. It's just sitting there on fire. Keep going.
Verse 3. And Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burnt.
We always stop and watch something like that, especially in Moses' time. Moses didn't have Netflix, so he saw a bush burning on the side of the road and not burning up. He's, just going to stop and check it out. It's fascinating. Keep going.
Verse 4. When the Most High saw that he turned aside to see, the Most High called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. Verse 5. And he said, Draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Verse 6. Moreover, he said, I am the Most High of thy father, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon the Most High. Verse 7. The Most High said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people, which are in Egypt, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows.
The Lord is always paying attention to our oppression, because the Lord never forgets his covenant with our forefathers, and the Lord never forgets his people. We may be under oppression for various reasons. We may be under oppression because of the things that we did as a nation in not following the Lord, but he never just casts us off and forgets about us. He hears our cry by reason of our taskmasters. Keep going.
Verse 8. And I came down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them out of that land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
Meaning some people was about to be evicted, because that's just life. Land had to get conquered. And if the Lord wanted us to go into a land where nobody was at, then he would have made nobody be there. But the Lord wanted us to go into the best land on the planet. And so, of course, there were people there. But that's that phrase, flowing with milk and honey. That's just representing abundance, fertility in the land. Just a beautiful land where you can do anything and grow anything, and it's connected to everywhere you need to go. And that's where the Lord, that's the land that the Lord saved for us. And back to the Hebrew, verse 9.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 9. Waitha, Anna, Tazaipa, Wanya, Yasharala, Ba'a, Alya, Wagam, Rayafya, Alakataza, Shar, Batazaria, Lakataza Yam, Atham. Verse 10. Waitha, Laka'a, Washal Kayakaka.
Wa shalak. That shalak being the root word, which is to send. Keep going.
Shalaka. Af. Para'aya. Wahawa Taza'ah. Ah. Anya. Banya. Yasha'al. Mama Tazaria. Verse 11. Waya Amar. Masha. Al. Ha-alahaya. Maya. Anakya. Kaya. Alak. Al. Hara'aya. Wakaya. Awataza. Ya. Ah. Banya. Yasha'ala. Mama Tazaria. Verse 12. Waya Amar. Kaya. Aya. Imaka. Lazah. Laka. Awath. Kaya. Anakya. Shalakathika. Baha. Wataza. Yaka. Ah. Ha'ain. Mama Tazaria. Thy bad one. Ah. Ha-alahaya. Al. Ahar. Azah. Verse 13. Waya Amar. Masha. Al. Ha-alahaya. Ana. Anakya. Ba'a. Al. Banya. Yasha'ala. Wa Marathya. Laham. Alahaya. Abawathgakam. Shalakanya. Al-Yakam. Wa Amarwa. Laya. Ma'a. Shamwa. Ma'a. Amar. Alaham. Verse 14. Waya Amar. Alahayam. Al. Masha. Aya. Ashar. Aya. Waya Amar. Ka'a.
And you know, there's some goofy Israelites out there that think that that's saying that it's the name of the Lord. Now, a few verses ago, we broke down how Moses said Hananya, which is here am I, because Hana is like behold. We know that. Bro, how many times have we talked about the word Hayah being to be? How many times have we gone over that? Lost count. This is one of the most basic words in the language. When you learn Spanish, the first verb you learn is to be. This is the most basic word that you have in a language. So if you say I am, who I am, who's going to interpret that? Who's going to understand that as you just told them your name? That don't make no sense, man. This is what happens when you leave the Isupk. This is what happens when you have the privilege of learning under Commanding General Yohana and you leave because you want to start a more friendly Christian group. You end up teaching that the Lord's name is I am. And here's the thing, and this is proof. There's an excellent class where General Muhammad broke down the parable of the wicked servant and talked about, you know, Christians are worse than their pastors because Christians want what the pastor is giving. Christians are demanding something that the pastor is supplying. They want the pastor to tell them smooth things. They want to be given something easy to follow, something that makes them feel good. The pastor just giving them what they want. Every pastor that's out there with a Rolls Royce, with a tailored several $10,000 suit, with a $20 million mansion, with a private jet, their congregation wants them to take their money and buy those things because they're giving them what they want. And that's why you have a congregation even when you say goofy things, because you're making them feel good. That's all. That's all. Anybody out there that sees groups with large congregations, don't worry about it. That's because they're getting what they want. Sir?
They're dropping so heavy that, you know what I'm saying, they do what the congregation wants. I always have to go back to Exodus chapter 32, verse 1, showing when Aaron, when Moses was up on the mountain, you know what I'm saying? And it took too long. So the people decided to do their own thing.
Right.
And Aaron gave them what the people wanted to hear. So that's how they made that golden calf. Follow what the people wanted to hear, and then instead of listening to orders, stay post, you know, and he was the highest ranking man there. No, this is what the Lord wants.
That's exactly it. Listen, people are stupid, man, and people are sloppy. People need to be told what to do. You don't follow people. You follow the Most High and tell people what to do according to what the Most High said, according to what's in here. But when you just want to be loved and you just want to have a big friendly congregation, you're going to tell them what they want to hear. And you're going to end up saying goofy things. And the guy that said that, you know, went and debated some Edomite scholar and got embarrassed and got mocked up because the Lord was not with him. But guess what? Did his people leave him? No. Because they don't care if he's right.
If I may, same way that nobody left Evan Long's church.
Right.
In their face, he know what he did. He confessed what he did.
Right.
It's still following. You know what I'm saying? It's still following. Still following.
Nobody left Creflo Dollar's church. Nobody left TD Jakes' church. Nobody left. Matter of fact, the pastors that have full-on scandals and have to step down just go and start a new church. What was that famous one from the 90s? Baker. You remember that? There was some real famous Edomite pastor in the 90s, and then he came out and said that he and his wife both cheating on each other, and they was getting divorced, and he stepped down. He was one of the most famous pastors in the country. He just went somewhere else to start a new church. There's a guy right now, the pastor of Hillsong, which is one of the most famous churches on the planet. They put out music. Their music is the top Christian music. He came out and said that he did all types of stuff. I think he cheated, him and his wife was cheating on each other too. He just left, went to a new mega church. Not a new little hole-in-the-wall church, a new church with a new congregation of 10,000 people. Sir.
Pretty much, they learned from the Catholic Church. Just relocate them.
That's it.
Relocate the offenders.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The violators. Just locate them to a different church so they can start violating other people on the other side.
That's it. That's it. You know what it's really about. Keep going.
Is this pronounced? Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Ahaya, Ashah, Ashar, Ahaya.
Which is just, I am who I am. Why you ask me my name? I am who I am. That's how he was talking to him. Wasn't giving him his name, you goofies. Keep going.
Waya Amar, Ta'ah, the Amar, Labanya, Yasharala, Ahaya, Shalakanya.
Shalakanya, which is Shalak, again, to send. He's saying, just tell him I am sent you. I am who I am. Tell him I am sent you. They asked for somebody. That's how he was talking to him. Keep going.
Aoyaka. Verse 15. Waya Amar, Iwad, Alahayam, Al, Shah, Ka, the Amar, Al, Banya, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Alahaya.
So now a verse later, he continues and says, Katha Amar, thus shall you say, Al Banya Yasha'ala, to the sons of Israel. So he said, one verse later, say this to the sons of Israel. Read from Alahaya, or no, read from Yahweh.
Yahweh, Alahaya, Abathaka.
Yahweh, Alahaya, which is the power of Abathicum of your fathers. So now he gives him his name. Somehow, listen, listen. Whoever's following them, keep following them. You're getting what you want. Keep reading.
Alahaya, Abraham, Alahaya, Yatazakak, Wa Alahya, Yaikwa, Shalakanya, Al-Yakam, Sa'ah, Shamya, La'ilam,
Zah, which is this. Zah Shemya. This is my name, La'ilam, forever. I guess y'all just got held up at verse 14 and get past that. Keep going.
Lazah, Zakaria, Ladar, Dar.
Whenever something's repeated in Hebrew, that's for emphasis. So the dar is to all the generations. Back to the English.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 9. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Verse 10. Come now therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Verse 11. And Moses said unto the Most High, Who am I, that I should go unto Pharaoh, and I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? Verse 12. And he said, Certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee, that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve the Most High upon this mountain. Verse 13. And Moses said unto the Most High, Behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, The power of your fathers has sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, What is his name? What shall I say unto them? Verse 14. The Most High said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, hath sent me unto you.
So we just went over all this in the Hebrew. And so when he asked him, he said, What should I tell him? The Lord said, I am that I am. Tell him I am sent you. It's like he's talking to him like, what you mean? What are you going to tell him? Tell him I am sent you. This is not. Keep going.
Verse 15. And the Most High said moreover unto Moses.
So the Lord kept talking after he said that. Keep going.
Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Most High power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, has sent me unto you.
And that where it says the Lord, where it says in English, the Lord God of your fathers, that Lord in all capitals is representing Yahweh in the Hebrew. That's where he told Moses his name. But again, this is the problem that you have when you don't know the Hebrew, or when you don't care to know the Hebrew. Read.
This is my name forever, and this is my memorial to all generations.
Forever. Back to the Hebrew, verse 16.
If I may. Make sure, everybody write that down. Lord, write to Christians, talking about I am who I am. And they create a doctrine of what I am.
Right.
That's why they call, you know what I'm saying, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Call Jesus Christ. Yahweh. When he said, I am, they think he's saying he's the Most High God.
Right.
So just what I'm saying, just make it a note, and then just write down the book, chapter, and verse, so you know what I'm saying? The Most High God literally said his name.
Right.
Literally said his name.
And that's it.
Starting
Verse
at
16.
3 and 16.
God. Exodus chapter 3, verse 16. Lach. Wasapara. Zaquanya. Yasharala. Wamara. Alaham. Yahweh. Alahiyah. Abathyakum. Nara'ah. Aliyah. Alahiyah. Abaraham. Yatazakwak. Wayakwak. La'amar. Pakwad. Akwadak. Afakam. Wa'ah. Aisha. Wayah. Lakam. Mama Tazarium. Verse 17.
Shalom to Captain Zakar in the chat. Keep going.
Wa Amar. Ayla. Afkam. Wa Ainya. Wa Tazarium. Al. Arataza. Hanakaanya. Waha Kafya. Waha Amarya. Waha Parazya. Waha Kawaya. Waha Yab. Wasya.
So again, that's just a list of all the different nations that were about to get eviction papers to get up out of the land, because the land that the Lord was giving us was the most desirable land, and it was already crowded, and it was about to get cleared out in due time. Read.
Al. Aratasa. Zabah. Kala. Wanabash. Verse 18. Washama Iwa. Lakwalaka. Waba'a. Atha. Wazakwanya. Yasharala. Al. Malak. Matazaria. Wamaratha. Al Yawa. Yeah.
There's another Malak Matazarium for all the Muslims out there. Keep going.
Yahweh. Ahaya. Ibar Yayam. Nakwara.
Alahaya Ha'ibarium. Ibar is Hebrew. So the God of the Hebrews. Keep going.
Al Yanwa. Waitha. Nalaka. Na'a. Darak. Shalasha. Yum Yum. Bamadabar. Wanazabah. Ka. Layahawa. Alahayanwa.
And yeah, continue.
Verse 19. Wanya. Yada'aithya. Kaya. Ba'a. Yathan, Afkam, Malak, Tazariah, Lahalak, Wala'ah, Bayad, Kazakwa. Verse 20. Washalakathya, Yadya, Wahak Yafya, Atazayari, Bakal, Napalafya, Ashar, Aisha, Baparabwa, Wakarya, Khan, Yashalak, Afkam. Verse 21. Wanathathya, Khan, Ha'ain, Haza'ah, Ba'ayanya, Batazarya, Wahaya, Kaya, Dalakawan, La'a, Dalakwa, Royakwam. Verse 22. Wayashalah, Asha, Washakanatha, Wamagara, Wayatha, Kalya, Katsa, Wakalya, Sahar, Washamalah, Washamatham, Ain, Banyakam, Wa'al, Banathyakam, Wanatazalatha, Al, Tazaria.
Sorry. Back to the English.
God. Exodus chapter 3, verse 16. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say unto them, the most high power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared unto me, saying, I have surely visited you, and seen that which is done to you in Egypt. Verse 17. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt unto the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites.
All those people, we was going to get the land of all of these groups. That's a lot more land than the little sliver that they put on the map we call Israel today. Our homeland is that whole area. Keep going.
Unto a land flowing with milk and honey. Verse 18. And they shall hearken to thy voice, that thou shalt come, thou and the elders of Israel, unto the king of Egypt. And ye shall say unto him, the most high power of the Hebrews hath met with us. And now let us go, we beseech thee, 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the most high our power. Verse 19. For I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go. No, not by a mighty hand.
So the Lord set this all up to play out exactly as it ends up playing out. He sent them in there to ask him, knowing that Pharaoh was going to say no. Keep going.
Verse 20. And I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, he will let you go.
So the Lord did this to show that you don't say no to the Most High. And they found that out the hard way. Anybody else that says no to the Lord is going to find it out the hard way. Read.
Verse 21. And I will give this people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. And it shall come to pass that when ye go, ye shall not go empty. Verse 22. But every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and of her that sojourneth in her house, jewels of silver and jewels of gold, and raiment. Ye shall put them upon your sons and upon your daughters, and ye shall spoil the Egyptians.
So this was a prophecy of what was going to happen, because this is exactly what happened on the way out. We went out, we left Egypt with all of their gold and jewels and everything else. Back to the Hebrew.
So, that's like, who love the floors? Who's the people on the earth love the floors with jewels and gold?
Right.
You know
We
what I mean?
wanted all
They
that.
show off, even when they don't have it.
Right.
They love to show it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's those people? Who fit that scripture?
Right.
Who fit that scripture right there? I think we should write that down in the archive right there to let you know who, you know what I'm saying, who fit this prophecy right here. Who's these people right here that love the floors, even though they don't got it.
Right.
Even though they're in slavery, they still love the floors.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying?
And I don't see the Ishmael rock. I see them selling it, but I don't see them rocking it like that.
I'm talking about 25 on the south.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see the
Ishmael
Ishmael.
doing it like that.
I don't see them rocking it. I see them selling it everywhere, right?
No, not those people. You can tell. They ain't no salt. They don't going to a Jewish buffet. You see what I'm saying? They don't have to go KDM, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who's KDM a party, their food.
Right.
Nobody. That's obviously right there. And it doesn't matter which Jewish sector, you know what I'm saying, that is. None of them does that. None.
So, all they do when it comes to food is copy everybody else's food. They try to make a so-called kosher version of everybody else's food. But they got no cuisine, they got no style, no flaws, like you said. Now here we were spoiling the Egyptians, looking at the Egyptians, seeing their gold and being like, yo, I'm gonna need that. Keep going.
Right. Oh, well, wait, it's like into the sons and daughters. So they'll let you know men and women was married to go.
Right.
That's your fake Israelite. You was talking about, you know, men having ear pierced and rocking gold like that.
Well, what kind of?
I don't
Yeah, I'm sure they would say that. Keep going.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 1.
Back to the yes. Perfect.
God. Masha, Waya Amar, Wahan, La'a, Yam, Yanwa, Laya, Wala'a, Yashamain, Yashamaiwa, Bakwalya, Kaya, Ya Amarwa, La'a, Nara'a, Al Yaka, Yahweh. Verse 2. Waya Amar, Al Yawa.
Talking about the chapter and verse. I'm going to slide it.
This is the second verse of the second.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 2. Waya Amar, Al Yawa, Yahweh. Waya Daka, Waya Amar, Mata'a. Verse 3. Waya Amar, Ashal Yaka Hawa, Arataza. Wayashal Yakawa, Arataza. Wayahya, Lalakash, Wayanas, Lasha, Wapanyawa. Verse 4. Wayamar, Yahweh, Al, Shah, Shalak, Yanaka, Wakaz, Zanabwa, Wayashalak, Yadwa, Wayakazak, Bawa, Wayahaya, Lamata, Bakapa. Verse 5. Lama'ain, Ya'am Yanwa, Kaya, Nara'a, Al Yaka, Yahweh, Al Haya, Abatha, Alahaya, Abraham, Alahaya, Tazakak, Walaya, Yaikwa. Verse 6. Waya Amar, Yahweh, Lawa, Iwad, Aba'a, Na'a, Yaka, Bak Yakwak, Bak Yakwaka, Wayaba'a, Yadwa, Bak Yakwahwa, Wayakwa Taza'a, Wahana, Yadwa, Matazara'ai, Kashalak. Verse 7. Waya Amar, Ashab, Yaka, Al, Ayakwaka, Wayashab, Yadwa, Al, Ayakwa, Wayawataza'a, Mak Yakwawa, Wahana, Shaba'a, Kabashar Yuwa.
So these two verses, I encourage anybody to take your time with these in the Hebrew when you have time. But these are the two verses where the Lord, to shock Moses, had him put his hand in his bosom and take it out, and then behold, it was leprous as snow, which means to shock Moses and terrorize Moses and terrify Moses. He turned his hand white. He turned his hand, my right, kashalah, which means literally leper. That's a perfect translation. Leprous as shalab, as snow. White as snow, and this is also telling you that having a white hand is something wrong with you if you have a white hand. It's not supposed to look like that. That's not the way that people were intended to look. And then he said, put your hand back in your bosom. He put his hand back. And then the last two words that the brother just read, Shabbat Kabasharwa, it was restored or transformed back or returned as his other flesh, meaning it was no longer white. It was normal. Keep going. Or back to the Hebrew. Or back to the English.
Back to the English. And
Verse
we go
1.
on the last three.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 1. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. For they will say, the Most High hath not appeared unto thee. Verse 2. And the Most High said unto him, what is that in thy hand? And he said, a rod. Verse 3. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it.
So this all starts from Moses saying, I get what you're saying, Lord, but I'm going to go and tell these people this, and they're not going to believe me. They're going to say, you're a nut. The Lord didn't speak to you. You're just making all this up. And so the Most High said, all right, you see that rod in your hand? Throw it on the ground. He threw it on the ground, and it turned into a serpent right in front of him. And Moses saw that, and he got away from the serpent. Read.
Verse 4. The Most High said unto Moses, Put forth thine hand, and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. Verse 5, that they may believe that the Most High power of their fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, hath appeared unto thee. Verse 6, and the Most High said furthermore unto him, Put down thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. Verse 7, and he said, Put thine hand into thy bosom again.
You heard that, right? We read it in Hebrew and in English. He told him to shock Moses. He told him to put his hand in his bosom and take it out. And Moses said, What? And he saw his hand was leprous as snow, was white as snow. And that's something wrong. That could only have shock value if Moses' hand was very, very, very far from white. It couldn't have shock value if his hand was almost white. It couldn't have shock value if his hand was white. Keep reading.
And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
As his other flesh, meaning that it was not remotely white. Back to the Hebrew, verse 8. Wahaya am la'a ya'am yanwa kawala'a yashamaywa Paul ha'ath harashwan waham am yanwa Paul ha'ath ha'charyawan. Verse 9. Wahaya am la'a ya'am yanwa Gam Lashanya Ha'athawath Ha'allah Wala'ah Yashamaywan Lakwalka Walakwakath Omiyumya Hayar Washakath Hayabasha, Wahayawa, Hamayum, Ashar, Aquach, Man Hayar, Wahayawa, Ladum, Bayabasha, verse 10, Wayamar, Mashal, Yahweh, Vaya, Adunya, La'a, Ayash, Baryum, Anakia, Gum, Mathamwa, Gum Mashalashim, Gum Ma'az, Gabarka, Al Ibadka, Kaya, Kabad, Pa, Wakabad, Lashwan, Anakia, verse 11, Wayamar, Yahweh, Aliwa, Maya, Shampa, Wadon, Awa, Maya, Yashwam, Alam, Awa, Aratiza, Harash, Awa, Kwak, Awa, Iwar, Hala'ah, Anakia, Yahweh, verse 12, Aitha, Laka, Anakia, Ahaya, Aim, Payaka, Wahawariyath, because Shar, Bar, verse 13, Wayamar, Bayad, Dunya, Shalach, Na'ah, Bayad, Shalach, verse 14, Wayachar, Ab Yahweh, Bamasha, Wayamar, Hala'ah, Haran, Akika, Halaya, Yadaithia, Kaya, Dabar, Yadabar, Hawa'ah, Wagum, Hana, Hawa'ah, Yatazah, Aparathka, Oraka, Washamak, Balabwa, and back to English, verse 8.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 8. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. Verse 9.
So if they don't believe that, if they don't believe the rod turning into a serpent, then they'll definitely believe it when they see your hand turn white. Because that's the real shocking thing. It's more shocking to see a white hand than it is to see a staff turn into a serpent. Keep going.
God. Verse 9. And it shall come to pass, that they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take out of the water of the river, pour it upon the dry land. And the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land. Verse 10. And Moses said unto the Most High, O my Lord, I am not eloquent, neither heretofore, nor since thou hast spoken unto thy servant, but I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue.
So Moses is like, look, you want me to go and speak to all these people? I'm not eloquent. I'm slow of speech. I have a slow tongue. Moses had some type of speech impediment. He wasn't confident. He didn't feel good about talking. He said, look, Lord, I can't do this. Read.
Verse 11. The Most High said unto him, Who hath made man's mouth? Or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seeing, or the blind? Have not I, the Lord?
The Lord said, I made your mouth. I know what issues you got. I'm still telling you to go do this. Keep going.
Verse 12. Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. Verse 13. And he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him who thou wilt send.
And so Moses is like, please, Lord, send by the hand of whom thou wilt send, whoever you will. I just can't do it. Keep going.
Verse 14. The anger of the Most High was kindled against Moses. And he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee. And when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart.
Talking about because he hasn't seen him so long, he's going to be glad to see. But this conversation, we talk about the Lord being our Father and having the qualities of a good Father. This sounds like a father telling the son to go do something. The son don't have confidence. He's like, yo, just go do it. I know what you can do. Just go. And the kid's like, Dad, I don't want to. I can't do this. And finally he's like, all right, I'll give you Aaron. Go find Aaron and he'll go help you. That's all this was. Keep going. Was that verse 14? Yeah, back to the Hebrew. Exodus chapter 4, verse 15. Wadabarath, Aliwa, Washamath, Hadabarim, Bakua, Waanakia, Ahaya, I'm Paika, I'm Paiwa, Wahara Yathwa, Athkum, Ashar, the Aishawan, verse 16. Wadabar al-Aka al-Ha'aim, Wahaya, Hawa'ah, Yahaya, Laka, Lapa, Wa'atha, Thahaya, Lawa, Wa'alahayim, verse 17. Wa'ath, Hamatah, Hazah, Tafak, Bayatka, Shar, the Aisha, Bawa, verse 18. Wayalak, Masha, Wayashab, Al Yathar, Kathnawa, Wayamar, Lawa, Alak Alakad, Na'a, Wa'ashwaba, Al Akia, Ashar, Bamatazarium, Wa'ara'a, Ha'aiwat, Ha'aiwadum, Hayum, Wayamar, Yatharwa, Lamasha, Laka, Lashalawam, verse 19, Wayamar, Yahweh, Al-Masha, Ramadian, Laka, Shab, Matazarium, Kaya, Mathwa, Ka, Ha'anashim, Amapakwashim, Napashka, verse 20, Wayapak, Masha, Ath, Shafwa, Wa'ath, Bunua, Wayarakabum, Al, Hakamar, Wayashab, Aratazah, Matazarium, Wayapak, Masha, Ath, Matah, Al-Hayim, Bayadu, verse 21, Wayamar, Yahweh al-Masha, Walakathka, Bashwab, Matazarima, Ra'ah, Kal, Amapathium, Ashar, Shemathwa, Bayadka, Wa'ishayathum, Lapunya, Paraya, Wa'anya, Achazak, Athlabwa, Wala'ah, Yashalach, Ath, Ha'an. Back to the English, verse 15.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 15. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what ye shall do. Verse 16. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. Verse 17. And thou shalt take this rod in thine hand, wherewith thou shalt do signs. Verse 18. And Moses went and returned to Jethro his father-in-law, and said unto him, Let me go, I pray thee, and return unto my brethren, which are in Egypt, and see whether they be yet alive. And Jethro said to Moses, Go in peace. Verse 19.
So again, he gave him Aaron. He said that he's going to speak to Moses through Aaron, and that he will be your spokesman to the people. And so the Lord is going to speak to Moses. Moses is going to speak to Aaron. Aaron is going to speak to the people. And it's that simple. The Lord sets it up like that. That's what it is. And you don't question that order. And we're going to see later in this chapter what happens when you question the order. Keep going.
Verse 19. And the Most High said unto Moses in Midian, Go, return into Egypt, for all the men are dead, which sought thy life. Verse 20. And Moses took his wife and his sons, and set them upon an ass, and he returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took the rod of the Most High in his hand. Verse 21. And the Most High said unto Moses, When thou goest to return into Egypt, see that thou do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in thine hand. But I will harden his heart, that he shall not let the people go. Verse 22.
That's it. Imagine up here.
Verse 21.
Imagine up here. Paul, which means horn. Yeah, young, which means wine.
Ayashar, which means Israel.
Shofar, which means horn. Imagine in the room, which means stand. So putting out the which means turn and face the east. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa,
Now,
Bashmai,
Bashmaya,
Dashaya,
Dashaya,
Shemka,
Shika,
Yahweh,
Hawa,
Malakika, Tabah,
Ba'a,
Batazaka,
Zaka,
Aya,
Ya,
Aisha,
Sha,
Baratza,
Ratza,
Bawa,
Wa,
Aya,
Ya,
Bashmai,
Shemaya,
Bethungano, Bacham,
Ka,
Kaliwa,
Kaliwa,
Basalakano,
Salakun,
Kawaku,
Wa,
Basalakano,
Salakun,
Kawakino,
Washka,
Wala'a,
Waka,
Abiyano.
Bayana,
When I say one,
let's say one,
Paul,
Ball,
Abishani,
Shina,
Ayun,
Yan,
Ra,
Ba,
Kaya,
Ya,
Aka,
Ka,
Amalakwa, Wa'al,
Wa,
Wahata Bara,
Haka, Ra,
I belong you,
I will love you,
Amen.
Aman,
In the English, our Father,
our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
How,
thy kingdom come,
the kingdom
thy
come,
will be done,
thy will be done,
in earth
in earth,
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our
as
debts,
we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the
and
kingdom,
the power,
the power,
and the glory,
the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Blessings.
Prayer for power structure in Hebrew. Barak Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai.
Why you have a shot?
Wa Mayak Allah.
Why you have
Wa Alahai. Matazav Yahweh Wakyahan. Wa Alawak. Asaranya. Apatazianu. Akayali. Waha Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. What I meant. In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And you have a shot.
And Mike.
Mike,
And the angels. Remaining General Yohanan.
and the general, you have
The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters.
the
Yahweh.
How,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
name of you have a shot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
How,
In the name of Yahweh
the
Shai.
name of Yahweh shot.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right.
Send evils and curses.
Evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets. Teachers.
Teachers.
Princes. The priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the
And
heathen.
shake loose.
Shake
The
loose.
treasure.
The treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
The rich of
That
Israel.
refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches and enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
The nations.
Their drug dealers.
Drug dealers.
Court system.
Courses.
Prison system.
Prisons.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and
The
armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic
The
Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Comitatus.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space
The
program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
Cable access
And the radio channel.
Radio channel.
And beat the spirit
Make the spirit
of any of thy people
of any of thy people
that seek to stop us.
to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction.
Bring swift
To
destruction.
all the heathens.
All the
that stand in the way.
Stand in the way.
Try to stop
Try to stop
the
us.
broadcast of your words.
Broadcasting your word.
About the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues.
This is all the plague.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and
Through
fro.
the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
Consume them.
But the plagues.
The plagues.
Shake the house of the thieves.
Take the house of the thief.
And the murder.
And the murder.
Let the house shot. Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down to flying saucers.
Down
To punish all the heathens.
Punish all the
That
heathen.
come up against us.
Come up against
As
us.
we speak thy words.
Speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
It is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the people.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake that
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
the name of Yahweh.
Thank you always. So be it.
So be it.
Psalm face the front. We're going to pick up next week at Exodus chapter 4, verse 22. And that concludes the Sabbath service. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Yajim Tah, dismiss.